Well, the UEFA Women's Champions League is back, and we are so excited as Matchday 3 kicks off today. Here's a look at where things stand currently in the league phase. Barcelona, they're at the top of the table, perfect, as are Real Madrid, Wolfsburg, and Olympique Lyon. And we've got a lot of great storylines to follow across these two match days coming up. So here's a look at the schedule. Kicks off today with Roma and Vålerenga in the early window at 12:45. Later on, second place Real Madrid will look to stay perfect when they face off against a Paris FC side, still looking for win number 1 of the campaign. Fourth place Lyon, the winningest team in the Women's Champions League, and third place Wolfsburg headline the day's games. Both teams have yet to lose through the first 2 match days, so that is going to be one to watch, no doubt. Then on Wednesday, first place Barcelona plays still unbeaten debutantes OL Leuven, while Bayern and Arsenal will battle it out for points in the early window as they push for a top 4 finish. And later on, Atletico Madrid hosts Juventus, with both teams looking to bounce back from losses. All right, to break it all down for us, we've got our CBS Sports women's soccer analyst, Darian Jenkins, who has been a part of this coverage, doing an excellent job. D, so good to see you. So excited for this week's coverage. And it's been a fun watch this year as well because of the new league phase format. So what's been your biggest takeaway from this new format and how it's impacted things so far?
It's brought the chaos. We've seen the goals. We're loving Leuven. I mean, Leuven's been playing spoiler to some of the teams that have decorated Women's Champions League since its existence on this side. So I've absolutely loved it. And then we've seen some of the teams that have, well, I'll put the caveat, won more than 2 Champions Leagues, balling out. They've come in with huge statement wins, and I think that's why everyone's circling that Lyon-Wolfsburg match that we've got cooking today. I mean, that's the one I'm looking for. I've been high on Lyon since before the tournament started, and they've proven me right. Michelle King, her spirit's there. I absolutely love it. But I think that this has just been a good wrench in the tournament that we've seen these perennial teams always dominate, where we finally got some fresh, younger teams that we don't know too much about on this world stage get to come in and prove themselves, and they truly have. Yeah, in 6 match days to maybe make some noise and shake things up. But let's talk a little bit more about this Lyon and Wolfsburg match. Lyon have won all 9 of their matches to start the season. Not really a big surprise where Michelle King goes. Success seems to follow, and Lyon is, of course, a massive powerhouse. So what are you expecting from this one? What should fans be watching for? I mean, between these two teams, there's 10 Champions League titles. 10. Wow. Lyon have 8, Wolfsburg with 2, and these teams have faced each other a lot. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of proven winners, a lot of legacies. I mean, Hegerberg and Pop, the center forwards on each team, have both scored in 4 Champions League finals. It's a huge game, a rich history, a big rivalry between these two, the 2 heavyweights, I'm going to say, one of the 2 heavyweights in this Champions League. And I think this is where we'll see who can really make a statement. But I think it's going to be fairly open. Lyon haven't really been tested that much, at least in their defensive third. You can say, yes, Arsenal had their chances, but Arsenal also played a lot of mistakes that Lyon was able to capitalize on. And Lyon just looked like the better team throughout the 90 minutes. Wolfsburg has had a lot of challenges, overcome them. They're not that great in domestic play right now. They're behind Bayern, but they love to show up in big moments. And the combination I'm looking at for Wolfsburg, between Alexandra Pop and Beerenstein, if they can play up top together, the push and pull of those 2 forwards, Pop holding up play, getting in for those crosses, Beerenstein sitting in the pockets or stretching in behind, it's going to be tough for Lyon, who dominates in their domestic play. They don't have the same challenges. Yes, some teams put up a fight, but it's not enough to beat Lyon. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think either way, it's going to be a statement win for either of these teams. And, you know, hopefully we get to see more of this moving forward. Yeah, no doubt. That's the headliner coming up, and it's going to be interesting to see who's the real Wolfsburg here. But let's talk a little bit more about Lyon, because for our American audience, obviously, we've got quite a few Americans to watch on this Lyon side. Lily Yohannes is a big name, Corbin Trader in her first year as well. What has stood out to you so far, Dee, about the Americans' impact on this Lyon squad? And what's the ceiling that you've now assessed watching them in this competition and just their seasons with their clubs so far? Well, we have to throw Lindsay Heaps in there as well. I mean, talk about a decorated player, especially overseas with Lyon. I think that watching her make these connections with the Lily Yohannes, with the Corbin Traders, Melchi Domine, whoever's around her, has been exceptional. And then we're seeing Corbin Schrader come to life in this team. She's so much more aggressive going forward, which I think if we're thinking about U.S. men's national team, especially in that sixth position, you have to be scoring goals. You have to be effective setting up assists. And we're seeing her do that with Lyon. Let's talk about the youngin, Lily Yohannes. Plays like she's 30 years old. She looks young. She's still got the braces. Plays like she's 30 years old. But the swagger of just such a decorated veteran. I mean, to pick your head up and finish an opportunity like we saw from just at the top of the center circle and put it away is such a vote of confidence for this player that just has that X factor. I mean, here we're seeing it now. Who thinks of doing this on the world stage in Champions League? Lily Yohannes does. And I love seeing the combination of them. And actually today on the show, some of the tacticals I'm prepping for is, what is Lyon's best midfield? We've seen two completely different lineups from them in Champions League so far, but they have so much depth and so many different combinations. I think especially the player I love in this tournament, Melchi Domonay. If she's in, who supports her? How do they rotate? How do they press? They just have such a dynamic midfield that I think can change the game. And that's where they actually have the edge on Wolfsburg, because they can just pick one of those players to come in and out, make changes mid-game, and it completely can alter how they press and how they set up.
Okay, U.S. fans, get used to saying her name, Lily Yohannes, and you can watch her coming up on this UEFA Women's Champions League Matchday action. Okay, Dee, we talked about some of the surprises. What's your upset that you're watching for on this match day 3 in the UEFA Women's Champions League?
I'm ready for the Gunner hate. I am not high on Arsenal, the reigning champions. I know, bring it. This is half of our production team, half of everyone that works at CBS are Gunners, but I'm not convinced on their performances in Champions League or domestically so far. Yes, sure, they came back and tied Chelsea on the weekend, but we're super high on a tie when you're the reigning Champions League winners. It's not enough. And looking at Bayern, who got a whooping against Barcelona in match day 1, have turned it around. They're the top of the table domestically. They have a very stacked team. It just hasn't come together yet. And for them, looking at this opportunity, playing the reigning champions, where if you're Arsenal, everyone's going to play their best game against you in this format, I would be nervous, because Bayern seems to have solved a lot of their problems. They have players back from injury, and they're going to want to make a statement against the heavyweights going into the next round.
So many great storylines to watch, and you can catch Darian and the rest of the gals on the desk the next couple of days. And Aly Riley, who's joining. I'm not going to lie, I'm most excited to see Aly Riley for Wind Down Wednesday with the group. That's been one of the most fun parts of the coverage, amongst many other things. So tune in to the Golazo Network, Paramount Plus, and CBS Sports Network today and tomorrow for complete coverage of the UEFA Women's Champions League. Hannah Cash, Darian Jenkins, Janelle Farias, Kelly O'Hara, and Aly Riley bringing you all of the action from the studio with Anita Jones pitch side for select matches today. It all begins at 12:45 p.m. Eastern.